Stardust Encounter. The Montana night sky exploded with unusual activity as Sarah Jenkins adjusted the observatory telescope. She had been tracking an anomalous object for 3 nights now, one that didn't move like any comet or asteroid she had documented before. "Are you seeing this?" Sarah whispered to herself as she frantically recorded data. Her fingers flew across the keyboard, capturing the increasingly erratic trajectory. "That's not natural movement." The object suddenly flared, brilliant purple, illuminating the entire mountaintop. The observatory's metal dome groaned, as if responding to some unseen force. Sarah stumbled back from her equipment as alerts blared across her monitors. "Atmospheric entry detected. Unidentified object. Impact trajectory calculated," the system announced in its flat monotone. "Impact location approximately 3 kilometers northeast." Sarah grabbed her emergency pack and rushed outside. The cool night air hit her face as she watched a streak of violet light arc across the sky, disappearing beyond the tree line. A distant rumble followed by a flash suggested impact. "I should call this in," she muttered, reaching for her phone. Then hesitated. This could be her discovery. Calling it in meant government interference, teams of officials swarming her quiet research outpost. She decided to investigate herself first. 20 minutes of difficult hiking later, Sarah approached a small clearing where several trees had been flattened in a circular pattern. At the center rested a glistening ovoid structure, unlike any meteorite she had ever seen. It pulsed with subtle light, casting strange shadows through the forest. As she approached cautiously, her scientific curiosity overriding caution, something shifted. The surface of the object rippled, then parted. Sarah froze as a figure emerged. The figure stood slightly taller than Sarah, with graceful limbs and features that were hauntingly human, yet distinctly not. Her skin caught the moonlight with a subtle purple luminescence that seemed to shimmer with each movement. But most striking were her eyes, large and iridescent, reflecting starlight like twin galaxies. The figure swayed slightly, then steadied herself. She regarded Sarah with an expression of wonder, recognition, and relief. "Finally," the visitor whispered in perfect English, though her voice carried an otherworldly resonance. "I have found you." Something inexplicable passed between them, a connection that transcended the impossibility of the moment. Sarah felt a strange familiarity, as if reuniting with someone deeply known, yet never met. "Who are you?" Sarah managed to ask, her scientific mind struggling to process what her eyes were seeing. "I am Arya, royal heir of Novaris, and you are the one I've crossed 17 light years to find." Before Sarah could respond, headlights cut through the trees as a vehicle approached. Sarah recognized Dr. Chen's Jeep. Her colleague must have seen the impact from the secondary observatory station. "Quick," Sarah urged, instinctively moving to shield the visitor. "Someone's coming. You need to hide." "I cannot return to my vessel yet. The transition phase requires recovery time." Sarah made a split-second decision. "Then you'll come with me. My cabin is nearby." Dr. Chen emerged from the trees, flashlight sweeping across the clearing. "Sarah, is that you? What happened?" "Just a meteorite, Alex. Nothing special," Sarah called back, positioning herself to block Arya from view. "I've got it under control. Why don't you head back and I'll document this?" Dr. Chen approached suspiciously. "Protocol says we report any significant meteorological event, and that looked significant." "I've got this. I'll bring samples tomorrow." The light suddenly caught a glimpse of purple as Arya shifted behind Sarah. Dr. Chen's eyes widened as he stared at the unmistakably alien visitor. "Hello, Dr. Chen," Arya said softly, her voice melodic yet strange in the night air. Dr. Chen looked from Arya to Sarah, then back again. "This changes everything. Everything."
Hidden among stars. Dawn broke over the Montana mountains as Sarah paced nervously across her cabin floor. Arya sat perched on the edge of the sofa, observing her with those impossibly deep eyes that seemed to contain galaxies. Dr. Chen won't tell anyone, Sarah said, more to convince herself than Arya. He's my friend, my colleague. Your species has a complicated relationship with the unknown, Arya observed, her voice like wind through crystal. Fear often overcomes friendship. Sarah paused, studying the alien princess. The morning light filtered through curtains, highlighting the subtle purple hue of her skin, which seemed to shimmer slightly as she moved. Sarah still couldn't quite believe this was happening. "Why me?" Sarah finally asked. "You said you crossed 17 light-years to find me. Why would an alien princess search for an Earth scientist?" Arya rose with fluid grace, moving to the window. Her silhouette against the morning light created an ethereal profile. "There are connections between worlds that your science has yet to discover," she said. "Some souls are cosmically linked across the vast expanse. We call it the astral resonance." A sharp knock at the door made them both freeze. Sarah gestured for Arya to hide in the bedroom before approaching the door cautiously. Through the peephole, she saw Dr. Chen shifting nervously on the porch, his face drawn with tension. Sarah opened the door slightly. "Alex, I can explain." "Can you?" he asked, his voice tight. "Because I've spent the entire night trying to explain it to myself and failing." He pushed past her into the cabin. "Where is she?" "Alex, please," Sarah began, but fell silent as Arya emerged from the bedroom doorway. Dr. Chen stared, his scientific mind visibly wrestling with the reality before him. "Do you realize what this means?" he whispered. "First contact, proof of intelligent life beyond Earth, the greatest discovery in human history." "That's why we need to be careful," Sarah urged. "If the wrong people find out, they'll treat her like a lab specimen, not a person." "I am not merely a person," Arya interjected. "I am royal lineage of Novaris, heir to the cosmic throne. My presence here must remain hidden until my mission is complete." "Mission?" Dr. Chen echoed suspiciously. "What mission exactly?" Before Arya could respond, the distant sound of vehicles approaching cut through the morning quiet. Sarah rushed to the window, pushing aside the curtain to see 3 black SUVs winding up the mountain road toward her property. "Government vehicles," she said, her heart racing. "How did they know?" Dr. Chen paled. I swear I didn't tell anyone." The crash site. Of course they'd investigate. She turned to Arya, urgency in her voice. "We need to hide you. Now." They rushed through preparations, Sarah gathering supplies as Dr. Chen reluctantly agreed to create a distraction. Arya changed into Sarah's clothes, which fit her tall frame awkwardly, but concealed her distinctive appearance better than her strange iridescent garments. "There's an old mining tunnel behind the property," Sarah explained, leading Arya through the back door. "We can hide there until they leave." As they slipped into the forest, Sarah heard car doors slamming and a man's authoritative voice. "Dr. Sarah Jenkins, this is Agent Cooper with the National Security Agency. We'd like to ask you some questions about last night's event." The mining tunnel was damp and cold, extending deep into the mountain. Sarah switched on her flashlight, illuminating rough-hewn walls that glistened with moisture. They ventured deeper until the entrance was just a distant square of light. "Your planet has such dense matter," Arya observed, running her hands along the stone walls. "On Novaris, our structures are grown, not carved." Sarah found herself fascinated despite their precarious situation. "Grown? How?" "We cultivate crystal formations using sound frequencies. Our cities sing themselves into existence." Their conversation halted at the sound of footsteps approaching. Sarah quickly extinguished the light, pulling Arya deeper into the darkness. They pressed against the cold stone wall as a flashlight beam swept through the tunnel. "Dr. Jenkins, we know you're in here. We just want to talk." Sarah held her breath, feeling Arya's hand find hers in the darkness. The alien's touch was warm, surprisingly human, yet with a subtle electric quality that sent strange sensations up Sarah's arm. Their fingers intertwined as the agent's footsteps grew closer. "Your heart rate has accelerated," Arya whispered. So quietly, Sarah barely heard it. "Are you afraid?" "Yes," Sarah admitted. "But not just because of them. Because of what I'm feeling right now." In the darkness, Arya's face moved closer, her breath warm against Sarah's cheek. "The astral resonance grows stronger with proximity," she murmured. "This connection between us, it's why I cross the stars." The flashlight beam suddenly illuminated them. Agent Cooper stood 10 feet away, his expression shifting from triumph to confusion as he took in the sight of the two women pressed against the tunnel wall. "Dr. Jenkins," he said slowly. Then his eyes narrowed on Arya. Despite the human clothing, her distinctive features were impossible to completely disguise. "Interesting skin condition your assistant has," he remarked. "Almost looks purple in this light." "Dr. Jenkins, Dr. Chen," appeared behind Cooper, breathless. "Agent, there you are. We should return to the crash site. The team found something." Cooper hesitated, clearly suspicious, but professional duty won out. "Don't leave the area. Dr. Jenkins, we'll continue this conversation." He gave Arya one last evaluating look before following Dr. Chen out. When they were alone again, Sarah released a shaky breath. "That was close. Too close." "Your colleague assisted us," Arya observed. "Perhaps he can be trusted." "Maybe," Sarah conceded. "But we need a better hiding place." She looked at Arya, whose face was partially illuminated by the distant entrance light. The alien princess's expression was one of curious wonder. "What is it?" Sarah asked. "In all the simulations, all the preparations for this mission, nothing prepared me for how it would feel to actually find you." Her hand gently touched Sarah's face. "There's a reason the prophecies led me to you, Sarah Jenkins, a cosmic purpose that binds our worlds." Sarah found herself leaning into the touch, drawn by something beyond rational explanation. "And what is that purpose?" "That," Arya whispered, her iridescent eyes reflecting what little light penetrated the darkness, "is what we must discover together." Celestial Revelations. 3 days had passed since the government agents first appeared on Sarah's mountain. The cabin had become both sanctuary and prison as Sarah and Arya remained hidden from prying eyes. Dr. Chen visited daily, bringing supplies and updates. "They're still examining the crash site," he reported, setting groceries on the kitchen counter. "Agent Cooper has requested specialized equipment from Nevada." His gaze drifted to Arya, who sat by the window, staring at the stars. "He knows something's not right." "How long before they leave?" Sarah asked, helping unpack the food. "Hard to say," Dr. Chen replied. "But there's something else. A second anomaly entered Earth's atmosphere last night. Similar signature to the first." Arya turned sharply, her eyes widening. "Commander Rena," she whispered. "She's found me." Sarah felt an unexpected pang of jealousy. "Who is Commander Rena?" "My royal guardian," Arya explained, rising gracefully. "She would have been alerted when my vessel crashed. She's come to protect me, perhaps to take me home." "Is that what you want?" Sarah asked, unable to hide the disappointment in her voice. "To return to Navaris?" Before Arya could answer, Dr. Chen's phone buzzed. He checked it, his expression growing serious. "Government team is heading back this way. ETA, 20 minutes. "We need to move," Sarah decided quickly, gathering essentials. "The observatory, has that been searched yet?" "Yesterday," Dr. Chen confirmed, "but it's clear now." "Then that's where we'll go," Sarah said. "Alex, can you create another distraction?" He nodded reluctantly. "Be careful, they're getting suspicious of my convenient interruptions." As darkness fell,
Sarah and Aria made their way through the forest toward the observatory. The night was clear. Stars blazing overhead, in patterns Aria had explained were quite different from those visible on Novaris. They moved silently, Aria's natural grace making her nearly soundless, even on the leaf-strewn path. Inside the observatory, Sarah locked the heavy door behind them. The domed ceiling arched above, with its mechanized opening currently sealed. The main telescope dominated the central platform, surrounded by computers and monitoring equipment. "Your star-watching technology is primitive, but charming," Aria observed, running her fingers along the telescope's metal frame. "We merged with our instruments centuries ago." Merged? How? Neural interfaces. Our astronomers become one with the cosmic lens, seeing, feeling, understanding the universe directly. Sarah paused, her task fascinated despite their precarious situation. "That sounds incredible." Aria smiled, that otherworldly expression that still made Sarah's heart skip. "Perhaps someday you will experience it," she said softly. Their eyes held for a long moment, the connection between them almost tangible in the air. Then Aria's expression shifted, becoming more serious. "It is time I tell you why I'm here, why I sought you specifically among all beings on your world." Sarah sat at her workstation, Aria taking the chair beside her. Their knees touched lightly, sending that now familiar electricity through Sarah's body. "For generations, my people have followed the prophecies of the cosmic convergence. These writings speak of a time when two worlds will face destruction unless united by those who carry the celestial marker." "And you believe I have this marker?" Sarah guessed. "I know you do," Aria replied. "I sensed it the moment we met. That recognition that passed between us, it wasn't coincidence." Her hand moved to Sarah's face, gently tracing her cheekbone. "The marker is within your genetic structure, dormant but present, just as it is in mine." Sarah struggled to process this information. "So, I'm part alien?" "No," Aria smiled, "but our worlds were seeded by the same ancient race. The progenitors left their mark across many planets. You and I were both descendants of that legacy, though our evolutionary paths diverged." "This is a lot to take in," Sarah admitted. "You're saying some ancient aliens connected us thousands of years ago?" "Millions," Aria corrected. "And the connection isn't just historical, it's viable, active. The prophecy states that when Novaris faces its greatest threat, the one who carries the mirrored marker would be found on the third planet of a yellow star." "What threat? What's happening to your world?" Aria's expression darkened. "Our core is destabilizing. Novaris is dying. Our scientists have tried everything, but nothing works. The prophecy is our last hope." "And what exactly does this prophecy say I can do?" Sarah asked, skepticism warring with the undeniable connection she felt. "Together, our genetic markers can unlock ancient technology, technology that could save both our worlds." "Both worlds? Is Earth in danger too?" "Your climate crisis is accelerating faster than your scientists predict. Without intervention, this world faces catastrophic collapse within decades." The observatory door suddenly rattled, someone trying the handle. Sarah tensed, grabbing Aria's arm and pulling her beneath the main platform. The door shook again, more forcefully. "Dr. Jenkins," Agent Cooper's voice called. "Open up! We know you're in there." Sarah and Aria pressed together in the darkness, hearts racing. Then a new sound cut through the night. A high-pitched whine, followed by a flash of blue light outside the windows. The government agents' voices turned to shouts of alarm. The observatory door burst open, but instead of Agent Cooper, a tall figure in iridescent armor strode in. Fierce eyes scanned the room from under a helmet of crystalline material. "Princess Aria, by order of the High Council, I've come to retrieve you." Aria emerged from hiding, Sarah following reluctantly.
Commander Rena, Aria acknowledged. Your timing is impeccable. The humans have detected our presence, the commander reported, removing her helmet, revealing sharp features and skin with the same purple undertones of Aria's, though darker, more weathered. We must depart immediately. I cannot leave, Aria stated firmly. I've found the marker bearer. She gestured to Sarah. This is Dr. Sarah Jenkins. She carries the celestial marker. Commander Rena assessed Sarah with suspicious eyes. You're certain? Completely, Aria confirmed. The resonance is undeniable. Then she must return with us to Novaris. The High Council will want to examine her. Examine me, Sarah echoed uneasily. I'm not going anywhere until I understand exactly what's happening. There's no time for explanations, Commander Rena insisted. The human authorities have detected our second vessel. Those men outside will recover shortly. I'm not leaving Earth, Sarah stated firmly. Aria stepped between them. Neither am I. Not yet. Our mission requires more time. Commander Rena's expression hardened. Princess, your father, the king, ordered your return. My father doesn't understand what I've discovered here. Aria replied, Sarah and I share more than the marker. We share a connection that transcends biology, something the prophecies didn't predict, but might be crucial. As if to demonstrate, Aria reached for Sarah's hand. The moment their fingers touched, a soft glow emanated from the point of contact. Rena's eyes widened at the sight. The luminous bond, she whispered. It's not just legend. The sound of vehicles approaching broke the moment. Commander Rena moved to the window. We have minutes at most. She turned back, studying Sarah with new respect. Perhaps the prophecies were more complete than we realized. What do we do? Sarah asked, looking from Aria to Rena. We hide. All of us. Then we plan our next move. As they prepared to flee, Sarah caught Aria's gaze. The alien princess's eyes held both certainty and question. Do you trust me? She asked softly. Despite everything, the impossibility of it all, Sarah found she did. Yes, she answered, though I don't fully understand why. Aria's smile was like starlight. Understanding will come, she promised. For now, trust is enough.
Worlds colliding. Agent Cooper slammed his fist on the government facility table. 2 aliens confirmed on U.S. soil, he growled. And you're telling me we lost them? Dr. Chen shifted uncomfortably in the metal chair across from him. I've told you everything I know, Agent Cooper. Have you? Cooper leaned forward. Because satellite imagery shows you visiting Dr. Jenkins' cabin multiple times after claiming you hadn't seen her. Before Dr. Chen could respond, alarms blared throughout the facility. A technician burst through the door. Sir, we've detected energy signatures matching the alien craft, 10 miles west of here and moving. Cooper smiled coldly. Looks like your friends made a mistake, Dr. Chen. He gestured to the guards. Bring him. We may need leverage. Sarah, Arya, and Commander Rena crouched in the dense forest, watching government helicopters circle overhead. Rena's portable scanner beeped softly. They've located my ship, she reported, and they have your colleague. Alex? Sarah gasped. We have to help him. Our mission must take priority, Rena insisted. The fate of 2 worlds. He risked everything to help us, Sarah interrupted. I won't abandon him. Arya touched Sarah's arm, creating that now familiar glow. Commander Rena, the luminous bond grows stronger when we act with compassion, not calculation. Commander Rena considered this, then nodded reluctantly. Very well, but we'll need a distraction. Dr. Chen sat handcuffed in the back of a military vehicle as it approached a massive tent structure built around Rena's ship. Suddenly, the ground trembled. The convoy stopped as soldiers ran toward a disturbance in the trees.
Cooper exited his vehicle, barking orders. "Secure the perimeter. That's the second alien." The diversion worked. Sarah slipped through the shadows to the transport vehicle, quickly freeing Dr. Chen. "Alex, are you okay?" "They know everything," he warned. "About you, about Arya, about the genetic marker." Sarah froze. "How?" "They found data in Arya's crashed vessel," Dr. Chen explained as they hurried toward the rendezvous point. "Cooper plans to extract both aliens and you. Extract whatever makes the connection between you work." They reached the clearing where Arya waited, anxiety clear in her otherworldly eyes. "Sarah," she breathed in relief, "Commander Rena has been captured." Before Sarah could respond, floodlights illuminated the clearing. Cooper stood at the edge, his weapon aimed directly at them. "Dr. Jenkins, finally." His gaze shifted to Arya. "And the alien princess. How convenient." "Agent Cooper, please," Sarah stepped forward. "You don't understand what's at stake." "I understand perfectly," he replied. "Two worlds connected by ancient alien DNA, the power to save or destroy them both." He smiled. "Imagine the applications once we extract and synthesize that power." "It doesn't work that way," Arya protested. "The connection cannot be weaponized." "We'll see." Cooper gestured and soldiers surrounded them. "Take them all." Cosmic destiny. The government facility hummed with activity as scientists examined Arya behind glass walls. Sarah watched helplessly from her own containment cell. The tests had been running for hours. Commander Rena remained in separate high-security detention. Dr. Chen sat beside Sarah, his expression grim. "They're planning to extract tissue samples next," he whispered. "Cooper believes your combined genetic material could create some kind of biological weapon." "We have to stop this," Sarah said desperately. "Arya came here to save worlds, not destroy them." The facility lights suddenly flickered, then dimmed. Emergency generators kicked in as alarms sounded. Through her cell window, Sarah could see scientists rushing around in confusion. Dr. Chen looked up. "What's happening?" "Commander Rena," Sarah realized. She must have activated something. The containment field around Sarah's cell fluctuated, then failed. The door slid open. Sarah didn't hesitate, grabbing Dr. Chen's arm. "Come on." They navigated the chaotic hallways toward Arya's laboratory. Guards ran past, focused on the larger security breach, ignoring them completely. When they reached the lab, Sarah found Arya still restrained but conscious. "Sarah," she called. "The resonance, I amplified it. My skin glowed with faint purple light." Sarah quickly freed her. "We need to find Commander Rena and get to your ship." "The commander's diversion won't last long," Arya warned, as they moved through the facility. "And Cooper has discovered how to access my vessel." They rounded a corner, only to find Agent Cooper waiting, weapon raised. Impressive escape, but it ends here. "No," Sarah stepped forward. "You don't understand what's at stake." "I understand perfectly," he replied. "Two worlds connected by ancient alien DNA, the power to save or destroy them both." He smiled. "Imagine the applications once we extract and synthesize that power." "It doesn't work that way," Arya protested. "The connection cannot be weaponized." "We'll see." Cooper gestured and soldiers surrounded them. "Take them all." The government facility hummed with activity as scientists examined Arya behind glass walls. Sarah watched helplessly from her own containment cell. The tests had been running for hours. Commander Rena remained in separate high-security detention. Dr. Chen sat beside Sarah, his expression grim. "They're planning to extract tissue samples next," he whispered. "Cooper believes your combined genetic material could create some kind of biological weapon." "We have to stop this," Sarah said desperately. "Arya came here to save worlds, not destroy them." The facility lights suddenly flickered, then dimmed.
Emergency generators kicked in as alarms sounded. Through her cell window, Sarah could see scientists rushing around in confusion. Dr. Chen looked up. "What's happening?" "Commander Rena," Sarah realized. She must have activated something. The containment field around Sarah's cell fluctuated, then failed. The door slid open. Sarah didn't hesitate, grabbing Dr. Chen's arm. "Come on." They navigated the chaotic hallways toward Arya's laboratory. Guards ran past, focused on the larger security breach, ignoring them completely. When they reached the lab, Sarah found Arya still restrained but conscious. "Sarah," she called. "The resonance, I amplified it. My skin glowed with faint purple light." Sarah quickly freed her. "We need to find Commander Rena and get to your ship." "The commander's diversion won't last long," Arya warned, as they moved through the facility, "and Cooper has discovered how to access my vessel." They rounded a corner, only to find Agent Cooper waiting, weapon raised. "Impressive escape, but it ends here." "No," Sarah stepped forward. "You don't understand what's at stake." "I understand perfectly," he replied. "Two worlds connected by ancient alien DNA, the power to save or destroy them both." He smiled. "Imagine the applications once we extract and synthesize that power." "It doesn't work that way," Arya protested. "The connection cannot be weaponized." "We'll see." Cooper gestured and soldiers surrounded them. "Take them all." The government facility hummed with activity as scientists examined Arya behind glass walls. Sarah watched helplessly from her own containment cell. The tests had been running for hours. Dr. Chen sat beside Sarah, his expression grim. "They're planning to extract tissue samples next," he whispered. "Cooper believes your combined genetic material could create some kind of biological weapon." "We have to stop this," Sarah said desperately. "Arya came here to save worlds, not destroy them." The facility lights suddenly flickered, then dimmed. Emergency generators kicked in as alarms sounded. Through her cell window, Sarah could see scientists rushing around in confusion. Dr. Chen looked up. "What's happening?" "Commander Rena," Sarah realized. She must have activated something. The containment field around Sarah's cell fluctuated, then failed. The door slid open. Sarah didn't hesitate, grabbing Dr. Chen's arm. "Come on." They navigated the chaotic hallways toward Arya's laboratory. Guards ran past, focused on the larger security breach, ignoring them completely. When they reached the lab, Sarah found Arya still restrained but conscious. "Sarah," she called. "The resonance, I amplified it. My skin glowed with faint purple light." Sarah quickly freed her. "We need to find Commander Rena and get to your ship." "The commander's diversion won't last long," Arya warned as they moved through the facility. "And Cooper has discovered how to access my vessel." They rounded a corner, only to find Agent Cooper waiting, weapon raised. "Impressive escape, but it ends here." "No," Sarah stepped forward. "You don't understand what's at stake." "I understand perfectly," he replied. "Two worlds connected by ancient alien DNA, the power to save or destroy them both." He smiled. "Imagine the applications once we extract and synthesize that power." "It doesn't work that way," Arya protested. "The connection cannot be weaponized."